Peace, divine love, and abundant blessings. Today, I am going to talk about something that has been on my mind for a while now. Um, I'm going to make this a quick video, but I may expand on this topic um, a little bit more in another video. I may actually do like a video where I'm on the camera. But for this one, I want to give a couple of visuals, some positive visuals to go along with what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's why I chose to do it this way. But a few years ago, I had made a Facebook post in a group that I did not realize that the group was full of feminists. I recognized though that in the group that a lot of women, so the group was like basically for me it was a trauma bonding group. Like I got connected into this group based on some similarities with women who had been molested by men, because that's like a real big thing. So I'm gonna get into that too. But like a lot of these women have been molested or raped by men. Um and so it was kind of like a support type of group for me to be able to um because I had an issue with vulnerability, being open about certain things, like certain painful things. I talked about this a little bit in other videos where I talked about like family secrets and things that our family encourages us to keep secret, and so we're never really fully comfortable speaking about certain things. So for this group was a way for me to start to feel comfortable with speaking about certain things. Anyway, so I was in a group speaking on being able to achieve orgasm without touch. And all of a sudden my inbox was flooded with um questions about how to do this. And what I noticed was most of the women were speaking in ways like they wanted to get rid of men. Now, I'm not with that shit. I mean, just to be honest, like, no, I'm not. I understand the balance and the dynamic of having the masculine and the feminine energy externally, as well as the masculine feminine energy that's within us. So I would never just want to imbalance the world like that and just have all feminine energy. That's not balanced. So, needless to say, I wasn't participating in no kind of situation like that. So moving forward, here we are years later. We have the Manosphere, the passport bros, the modern day women, and the city girls, right? Um, so this was probably at the birth of that. This was probably like at the start, like before this really got going. And I just remember just like feeling like just really hurt by the discord. And because I could see both sides, um I always felt like split. And that's what made it hard for me to really speak on it, because it would sound like I'm riding the fence because I can see both sides. And talking to this group where it's like they literally like they mirror each other. They literally are each other. And that's the crazy thing. It's like they don't realize that they are the same traumatized, hurt people, just different genders. And they pushing basically the same message, just opposite sides of it. And to just see that and to know that and then to try to get them to understand it is so difficult because they are in victim mode. Like they're both in victim mode. Like the men that's talking, the manosphere is in victim mode. The modern day women is in victim mode. All they do is blame each other. And for a while, I'm not gonna lie, I start to feel like, damn, why don't they just fucking get it over with? Like, damn, like the tension, like that's what it really is. Y'all just want to fuck each other, but that won't help. That won't help the situation, because what's really going on with them is really deep seated. And being that I too have had my own trauma that I've had to work through, that I'm still working through some of that trauma. I'm nowhere near where I was with it, but that's because I actually took the time to recognize the things within myself that was attracting the type of situations that I was attracting, the things that I put up with. I low key had PTSD from past situations, relationships that I had been in, and I was basically like putting it off on men that I was dating, because I didn't know how to heal myself at the time. Um, and I was upset. I was hurt. I was mad because I was looking at somebody or other people that I felt like, oh, they hurt me. But the fact of the matter is, nobody can hurt you unless you allow them to. Nobody is doing anything to you that you're not allowing. As an adult, now we're not talking about children. We're not talking about like when I was a child and certain things happened to me or anyone else. I'm talking about strictly adults because the things that happen, that's where it really stems from. And like I said, that's why I want to do a longer video on this because we can get into it. We can get into how your parents really started this trauma. Your parents started you to date, like what you saw, the dynamic between your parents is what you saw that made you choose the things you chose, that made you react in the way you reacted, that made you stay in situations that you know you should have walked away from. It was your parents. What you saw happening with them, how you saw them reacting to certain things, the things that they told you, the things that they kept from you, all of those things taught you how to be in the relationships that you end up being in later on. And when you keep attracting certain things because you're operating from a place of trauma, it's harder for you to examine yourself and your thoughts and for you to say, dang, I made this choice. Or when I saw that this person wasn't moving in a way that was beneficial for our relationship, I stayed. I tried to change them and make them do. I tried to keep loving them into doing what I want them to do. Instead of saying, okay, you know what? Me and you don't work together. So we can be friends or we can not be friends, either or, but I need to move on so that I don't hold space for you and blocking out what's truly meant for me. Um, and when we stop doing that, on both sides, when we just recognize that we wanted people that was not ready for what we was ready for, that we stayed with people that we should have been walked away from, and stop blaming them. Like they did this, they did that, they did this. The fact of the matter is, you taking accountability for yourself is an empowering move. You blaming them is a victim move. When you constantly point a finger at them and saying they did this to me, they did that to me, and they did, and this, and the modern women, and the passport bros, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. It's such a sad thing because I witnessed, like, for example, Kevin Samuels. I don't agree with most of the things that this man said, but it was a sad thing when this man lost his life for women to be laughing and joking about it. Like he deserved to die because you disagree with his philosophies, you disagree with his opinion. That's how traumatized. That's how traumatized. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's why I say, like, I would challenge anybody that's listening to this video to stop pointing the finger out and examine yourself. Examine why you chose the type of women you chose, or examine why you chose the men that you chose, and start making better choices. And don't blame somebody else. Don't When you making a choice in who you want to move forward with, it's really no reason. It's no need for you to even talk about who you'd had to deal with before, because that shouldn't even have nothing to do with who you choosing now. If you choose somebody that's better for you now, that's a good match for you, that y'all actually able to grow together, communicate well together, you know, have amazing sex, you know what I'm saying? Building an empire together. If you doing this with a person, it's no need to even think about, bring up, or discuss somebody from your past and what they did or they didn't do, unless you're speaking from a point of teaching someone else what not to do. But as far as like bringing that energy into a current situation, there's no need for it. But when you heal yourself, you recognize that you don't need to punish the past. You don't need to talk about so much how much these people hurt you or what they did to you, because you'll recognize that they was hurt too. They was hurt too. They hurt you because they was hurt. They didn't know how to love you because they never been loved in a proper way. They never saw love in a proper way. Forgive them. Forgive them. Forgive yourself for not knowing better. Forgive yourself for staying in situations that you shouldn't have been in. Forgive yourself for staying with somebody that you shouldn't have stayed with. Forgive yourself so you can allow true love to come in. So you can allow somebody to step into your life that will love you in the way that you want to be loved, that you deserve to be loved, that you have never been loved, that you desire, that you seek, that you need. Stop being a victim. Empower yourself by being honest with yourself. and stop focusing on the things external of you. It's not helping you. It's causing a great divide that's not going to serve you or our children. Peace.